Today, we were speaking about mastering debt. Now, debt is part of our lives, and so we need to be aware and clear about it, not to approach debt from a position of fear, but of understanding. And so during this session, we discussed how debt works, what we should use debt for, and if we find ourselves in terrible debt cycles, how to get out of them as quickly as possible. So here's a quick summary. So number one, we said debt is like fire. Now, I'm sure you understand. Fire is neither good nor bad. It's all about how you use it. And so fire can either cook your food or it can burn down your house. Debt is the same. Debt can help you grow in your financial journey, or it can seriously bring down your financial future. So let's approach it from that perspective. How do you know if it's good debt or bad debt? So we talked about it from the perspective of assets versus flossets. Our founder at Centonomy, WACEKE NDUATI, mentioned this idea of a flosset is something that you own that takes money out of your pocket, whereas an asset is something that you own that puts money in it. So first of all, do a self-assessment. Out of all the things that you own, how many of them actually put money in your pocket rather than take them out? So when you approach debt, you know if it is good debt, if you're using that debt to purchase something that will put money in your pocket. If you're using debt to purchase something that will take money out, then you know that's bad debt. Not that the item is bad, it's just that in that equation, you're losing financially. So here's how to think about it. If I buy my personal car, not that the personal car is a bad thing. In fact, I've used debt to buy my personal car. But in that equation, I'm losing financially. Why? Because of the interest factor, I am paying more than the car is worth, and over time, it'll lose value. Whereas if I buy, for example, if I use debt to buy a rental property, which I will be renting out, then the tenant will be putting money in my pocket. The value of the property over time generally appreciates, and that's money in my pocket. And therefore, the equation works out better. So now, one of the factors around debt is that it is not just a financial consideration. It's also emotional. Many of us make our debt decisions out of an emotional perspective. Look, everybody in my peer group is growing. They're buying cars. They're living large. They're going on holidays. And so we want to keep up with everyone in our social group. And so we borrow to keep up. There's another pressure in our lives, especially here in Africa, and that's family and friends. And as family and friends require more and more from us, sometimes we borrow to meet that need, isn't it? What we call black tax. So here's the advice. If you're going to manage your finances, you cannot base your life on what other people do. Please understand, everyone has a plan for your money. And so if you don't have a plan, we will plan for you, me included. So when you have your own plan, you make the decisions rather than everyone else making them for you. Once you get control of that mindset around debt, focus on buying assets rather than for consumption, and then making decisions not based on what other people say or what other people expect of you, then we're in the right direction. If you have found yourself in debt, the only way out of debt is to pay it. So here's what we talk about, the snowball payment method. Start with the smallest debt first, because once you pay it, it frees up money for you to pay the next and the next and the next. Please also, you cannot shrink into greatness. And so therefore, one of your strategies to get out of debt is to increase your income. Find ways to grow your income. Now, here's the one thing. As your income increases, please don't increase your loan limit just randomly unless it is for assets. Hey, thank you so much. Let's use debt for what it's useful for and continue to build wealth. Waithaka Gatumia, your financial literacy and entrepreneurship educator.